So, MatPat has had some interesting takes on Security Breach and its story, but I think my least favorite by far is the Golden Freddy isn't real theory. I mean, this one is just straight up stupid, right? I mean, it's not like the main animatronic isn't real, right? Right? Yeah, so I kind of have concluded that Golden Freddy is not real. Now, before you guys start sending death threats, just hear me out first, please. MatPat's main points of his theory were that Golden Freddy doesn't exist as an animatronic, but as a fabrication of Fazbear Corporation. Some of the stuff that he goes over in his video is kind of what I'm going to go over, but my theory is way better, trust me. While MatPat doesn't think that Golden Freddy exists at all, I still think he exists in a sense. So, Golden Freddy has always been the odd one out. He's not an actual character on stage, he doesn't move around on cameras, he's got a different jump scare, he's got like 4 different looking versions of himself, and he's got 2 souls in him. He's just a strange guy all around, let's be honest. He also happens to be one of the most important characters in this godforsaken franchise, which is why it's so weird to say he isn't real, right? But, I mean, he isn't, when you think about it. Golden Freddy only shows up in 3 games, FNAF 1, 2, and Ultimate Custom Night. UCN will not count due to it being a purgatory hellscape for William Afton and technically not taking place in real life. So, you got 2 games, FNAF 1 and FNAF 2. In both games, Golden Freddy acts a little strange. In both games, he is never seen on camera, he's sitting slumped over in your office, and his jump scare is just his face. So, how is this evidence that he doesn't exist? Like I said before, I'm not going full MatPat here. I'm proposing that Golden Freddy is not actually a physical entity in the games, but he does exist. Every time Golden Freddy shows up, he's actually a ghost. When Golden Freddy appears, he just kinda shows up. Why? Because he's teleporting. In my last FNAF video, I talked about how the souls and the remnants are very powerful by themselves and even more powerful when together. Golden Freddy has 2 souls. This makes his abilities far greater than the other robots. We know that Golden Freddy is powerful enough to cause hallucinations, such as displaying the "It's me" message and changing the posters around to look like him. But it is not entirely out of the question that he couldn't be astral projecting himself into the office. Remember, he can't move. He's not an animatronic, he's a suit. He's also one of the retired spring-locked suits in the back rooms. So, if he can't move and is locked in a room, then how is he in the office? Astral projection. Also, he's just kind of like a disembodied head in FNAF 2, further proving that his body doesn't actually move. Now, how does Michael die to Golden Freddy? Great question, honestly. The best I can come up with is either A, he doesn't, which is lame, or B, he dies of fright or like a heart attack, which is just equally as lame. Golden Freddy doesn't show up on cameras, which also proves that he doesn't move around. Golden Freddy also just doesn't show up in any game besides these 2. Not even FNAF 3, where he should have been found along with Springtrap in the back room. He's not in Sister Location or FNAF 6, and most importantly, he's not in FNAF Help Wanted. I know this sounds dumb, but if you want to know if something is canon, look to Help Wanted. That game was made by Fazbear Corporation in the lore, so anything that exists that they know about should show up. Heck, even Springtrap is there, which means that Fazbear Corporation acknowledges his presence and existence and did nothing, but that's a theory for another day. The point is that Fazbear Incorporated doesn't know of Golden Freddy's presence, but they do know about Golden Bonnie's existence. So, what does this change for the franchise as a whole? Nothing really. I mean, him not being a physical animatronic doesn't change the fact that he still existed. There's still souls in him. Nothing really changes, just a bit more depth and explanation as to his habits, I guess. You know, I didn't actually write an ending for this one. I never write endings. I was just improvising the last time. So that's the theory, I guess, just that he's not actually there physically in the office. I mean, he couldn't be. Maybe that was obvious. I don't know. I felt like it wasn't obvious. I tried to tie Shadow Freddy into it, but then I got to researching and realized that was stupid. So this is as good as I could get for now. It was kind of a weak theory to begin with, and I tried to make it something bigger than it actually was. But that's besides the point. I mean, you know, I'm not 100% sure on anything at this point. I mean, it's just a theory, right? A game theory.